Welcome to Bougie and Boring, the spa business podcast that proves success doesn't have to be stressful. My name is Amanda Louisa. I'm a spa owner and a coach, and around here, bougie means high-end and well-paid. Boring means drama-free and simple. Together, that's how you build a spa that's smooth, profitable, and actually fun to run. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get right to it. Welcome to Bougie and Boring, a spa business podcast where today I'm going to walk you through how to map out 2026 now so that you can step into the new year with a plan and a whole lot less stress. Because the truth is, waiting until January to plan your year is one of the biggest mistakes I've made in the past. And it can make or break you as a spa owner. So if you're showing up in January trying to figure out all the promotions and the memberships and the events and all the things, then you're already behind. So let's plan now while things are a little bit on the slower side, things are a little bit less stressful, and you can think clearly going into 2026. So the first step is to map out the whole year now. You kind of want to think of it the same way that you think of your vacation, right? You don't want to just show up at the airport and say, well, I guess I'll figure it out from here. You actually want to plan things, right? You're going to plan your flights, you're going to plan your hotel, the activities, and maybe even some restaurants to try, right? So your business deserves that same level of intentional planning. And that means sitting down and mapping out the whole year based off of what you did this year, what you've got going on in your personal life next year, and the goals that you have, right? So figure out your promotions, figure out your membership if you're going to have one, which I strongly encourage. If you're going to do events or if you're just going to kind of wing it month to month. So when you see the big picture of things, it becomes so much easier for you to align your marketing and your finances and your staffing with this bigger picture, this bigger vision that you have. Make sure that you are setting in stone any of the things that you have going on in your life. So you should always be planning and making this business around your life. So if your kids are in school and you know that they're going to be out of school for certain winter or spring breaks or for the summer, you want to figure out what those dates are and plan accordingly, right? You're not going to have a gigantic event at your spa during the same time that your kids are home, because that's going to make it a little bit more stressful for you, most likely, right? So figure out those big things that you want in your personal life and the big things that you want to happen in your spa and make them align. So anchor in those events first. And that's your second thing to do. So the best way to make this really simple is to put those really big events on your calendar first, kind of like your anchors. They're going to anchor you down and then you can kind of like build it off of there. So these are the things that you already know are going to happen no matter what. Like I mentioned, all the breaks for your kids' school, all the birthdays, all the anniversaries, those all happen on the same day every single year. But when it comes to your business, you're going to put those dates down as well that happen every single year. So every year, Black Friday is on the same Friday every single year. Christmas is on the same day in December every single year. So if you already know what your, holiday promotions are going to be, what you're going to do for the summer slowdown, or in our case, the summer pickup, because we, at least at my spa, predominantly focus on waxing. We're known for brows and Brazilians, and we're also known for clearing acne. So we focus heavily on waxing in the summer and then acne in the winter. So maybe maybe you want to have like some type of Valentine's Day special or a back to school push, whatever it is that you feel like maybe worked really well for you this year, you want to do it again next year, or maybe you realize, dang, I missed an opportunity. I want to make sure that I get it next year. You can make sure to put it on the calendar for next year, right? So when those anchor events are set, you can build around them. You can build smaller promotions or client experiences around those little anchor events. Think of it like decorating a Christmas tree. Okay, the holidays are coming up. Maybe I'm just a little bit festive and in the mood here, bringing up Christmas trees, but think about it like decorating a Christmas tree. How do you do it? You start with the really big ornaments first, and then you fill in the gaps with the smaller pieces that really make everything shine. Okay, or at least that's how I decorate my Christmas tree. I don't know about you guys, but you get what I'm saying. Okay, next step is to plan now so that you can achieve the goals and create less stress but more profit for yourself later. So I can promise you this: spa owners that plan now are the ones who feel calm and in control when everybody else is scrambling. So a really big thing I'm seeing right now is that a lot of people are complaining that it's really slow right now. The books aren't filled and da 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 da. But it's September. Like, we are about to go into the busy Q4. You know what I mean? Like, things are about to get crazy. And so this is the calm before the storm. I'm not scrambling because I know exactly what's happening next. And I know that this might be a slow season right now, or a slow month because of back to school, but I'm getting everything prepared now because I know in a couple weeks things are going to be so crazy. I'm not going to be able to keep up, and I'm going to be so happy that I did a lot of the work right now. So make sure that you know what the next step is and you're confident in it. When January hits, you already know what's going to happen in February, March, and April because you've mapped it out. And it's that kind of foresight that means less stress for you and more consistency for your team, for your clients, and more profit for your business. So this also keeps you from falling into the trap of just panic discounting or running those last minute promotions that don't serve your absolute bottom line and your goals for your business. So when you have this, step-by-step system in place, you're able to see, okay, this is what works and this is what doesn't work. And you're able to know what's coming next, which is that helps my nervous system so much. And then the last thing is to make sure that you're setting time aside right now. And I actually encourage you, go forward in your calendar and actually block this time off. So I do this at the beginning of September every year because I know that things are getting crazy and I almost need so I block off 2 solid days to work on this because I know for myself that I want to think really long and hard about this. And I want to make the right decisions for my business. I am looking at what worked this last year, what worked the year before. Is there anything I want to try differently in the coming years? There are a lot of things that happen that you have to try them again and again and again and tweak things along the way for them to work really well in the long run. It's not going to work perfectly. I feel like there needs to be this memo that goes out to spa owners that just lets us know, hey, most of the time things are not going to work right the first time, and most likely not even the second time or the third. And that's okay. You're going to get better as you do it. But the key phrase there is that you're doing it and you're learning how to get better at these things. So for example, I have done the buy 100, give 100 since 2019. I've done it. Wow, I can't even believe it's been 6 years. That's so wild. So I've done this promotion for quite a while. And the very first time I did it, I felt like it was such a flop. I did not do well. Now I do it and I almost always have to reorder my vouchers every single year because there are so many more people that buy it. And it is just working better and better every single year. And that's why I keep doing it, is because I have learned how to make it something really desirable for my clients. They can expect it, they can predict it, and they can look forward to it every single year so that they know that it's something that they're going to set their money aside for, because our brains love predictability. Our brains love to know what's going on, especially right now in today's climate, for whatever is happening next. We just don't know, but
our clients can count on us to be steady and stable and predictable. And that's going to be what makes their lives easier. And you are going to be doing not just your clients, but yourself you're going to be doing a great thing by planning this out. And it's okay to do the same thing every single year, because I can tell you what, I look forward to when my hairstylist does the same thing also, and when my nail tech does the same thing also. It is so nice to know what's coming next and to know, okay, I got to set this money aside because I have to give it to Natalia, my nail girl. You know what I mean? So yes, that's what I have to say about that. Please set some time aside. This is not something to do in between clients. No, this is actual CEO time. You're actually going to plan and set a block on your calendar, even if it's just for 2 hours, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You're going to sit down and you're going to block off that time, and you're going to really get in the zone. You're going to figure out, make sure that you're tracking everything and see what worked, see what didn't, see what you want to keep doing. Even if it didn't work really well for you the first time, figure out what you can tweak if you know that the potential is there. So block off, the hours that you need. This is not something to squeeze in between clients, but treat it like a non-negotiable meeting with yourself and get out your calendar, pour a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and just start plugging in those little anchor events, and then looking at all the spaces in between to map out what makes sense for your life and your spa and your clients. And if this episode is something that lit a fire in you, share it with another spa owner who's always, scrambling at the last minute, and see if you guys can help each other. Maybe set a time where you two can meet and just kind of bounce ideas off of each other, and then start planning things out. Okay, I'll see you next week. Bye.
Thank you so much for spending time with me today. If this episode gave you something to think about, please take a minute to leave a review and share with a spa owner friend. If you're ready for more support like this, I have left the link to my free 30-minute discovery call in the show notes below. I would love to learn more about you and your spa and what it is you are trying to accomplish right now in this season of life. Until next week, peace and love, my friend. I'll talk to you later.